Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, Trashkin, all good evening and welcome to Shear Gaming. I'm your humble host, Trashbear. I'd like to thank you all for coming out and joining me on the penalty run of Skyrim, A Thieves' Light. And we're starting out an assassin. We got our first bunch of contracts. And we're gonna zip our way from Solitude all the way on down. Ah, hell. All the way on down to Ivarstead. We're gonna take care of that little land, you son of a lug. Anytime. I took care of a little gold, or iron to gold, and a little bit of mercantile, so as to keep things nice and fresh. That was a waste of everyone's time. Ah, the game decided it didn't like my favorites again. Why it keeps doing that, I don't know. Let's make sure we got. Okay, we're good. We don't need to pop by the Shrine of Talos, but it doesn't hurt to know where those shrines are, because the cure disease pots are a little bit costly. Reminds me to remove that that marker. We're gonna start off back down that path we learned, headed to Windhelm. Because unfortunately we don't have fast travel available to us. I'm willing to open that back up when we finish the game and we do gnarled ends, but until we complete it without fast travel, at least the main arc, this is how we're getting around Trashkin. It adds a certain level of challenge because there's a lot more random encounters when you're on foot. I mean, the upside is I am slowly learning the map better. Seems real dicey. I'll raid the castle later. Yo. Oh, so with elven daggers, we're able to run down elk and deer relatively easy. While I'm here, we're relatively unloaded at this point. But I'm thinking after this, Trashkin, I'm gonna have to get me a house. Because we keep getting loaded down. We just got nowhere to go. You gotta make some real strict decisions. That a hacking bar. Sorry, is that a cave bar? Ah, bone break fever, huh? jerk. Alright, let's see what it do. Reduce stamina. I've had worse. What? It's cheaper than potions at this point, Trashkin. Don't you look at me like that. Oh, wait. Yeah. There we go. Alright, left click will unfavorite it. Why would that be a part of the favorite menu? It's convenient, but dear sweet glob. Well, I'm definitely not burning a cure disease on drops me 25 points of stamina. But I will happily take a nap. I have so gotta learn the recipe for cure disease. I keep mentioning it, but it's gonna be a recurring problem. Like if there's a renewable resources, otherwise I might have to lift the ban on can murder things with arrows for burb. What, have you tried killing birds with spells? I'm terrible at it. I know, because I've tried. I mean, flock feathers, the only way I can get those is by beaning hawks. It's not like I can fly into the sky and stab them with daggers. I might have to run that by the Trashkin Elite. Or we can just buy them. Costy, but we are conveniently enough a rich man. Oh, hello.
Greetings, brother. You look weary. I have some the finest skooma, the sweetest moon sugar, at a fair price, of course. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. It's worth trying the old intimidate routine. She was carrying heavy weight. I was just funning, but... Oh, right. That nonsense. You know, the weird one is every now and again there's a mine underneath the keeps. It's not that I don't want to call them castles. They clearly is. Castles. They clearly are. But they're so small my brain automatically calls them keeps. Like, it feels like we're a minor local will set up shop and pronounce themselves mayor. That is gorgeous. I'm not right, we can get a fair variety of whoosh down there.
That's close enough.
That you're right. Not just for that. Just for that, I'm making you into sneak XP. For some reason, Favorites really doesn't like dual wielding. Wait a minute. The Sam Hill? Ah, there we go. If that keeps up, I am just swapping over to a different varietal. I'll start doing non-matching pairs of daggers. Not like there's an advantage to match sets. I don't forget if this is an unpleasant cave or a pleasant cave. It's been a while since I've been mining. Or wildcatting. Let's see what we got. It's a hell of a walk. Blackwater Pass, you say? Oh, I bet it's locked. What? In the Sam Hill? Well, that looks like some rune nonsense. I think we'll just, hop the old falls here. Go about our business quiet like. I think we should be able to get up the far side. Oh, come on, game. There we go. I think we're still headed to Iverstead. Haven't seen a signpost in a hot minute. I remember getting so bored my first couple of walks out here that I just started killing goats. Mostly for the leather. I hadn't worked out the old iron to gold routine yet. Unfortunately, it is the most abundant of metals in the game. I think this might be a faster track there. I've been wrong before, but I mean, there might be some loose iron up here. Hello, boys. Alright, I remember being deeply annoyed there wasn't a forge in Iverstead. Nice. You know, more than once I remember having to duck some some caddos out this way. Reminds me, that's a fine time for a save. No, I gotta say, it's fascinating getting used to the odds and ends of shadow play. That's how I put it, like, shadow play's a lot more panicky about what you record. Like, if you have a browser of YouTube open, sometimes it won't record. Because they're afraid you're going to use it to lift copyrighted material, I think. Which is a valid concern for shadow play, I do suppose. Though at the same time, my natural rejoinder would be... Eh? Huh. Did you discover snap-like cake last time? Huh. I wonder if our friend's still dead. What? I'm a rogue, Trashkin. I had to cheat that encounter. I couldn't survive it otherwise. Yep. Still dead, you jerk. Remember right somewhere up here. There's some iron. Or I might be thinking of the other track. That's fine. Treasure Hunter's still dead? Yep, they did. Hi Vigilance, how's it going? Here's some wolf. I think. Ah, there we are. A little more iron for a pocket. Hey, it's not fun. It's not glamorous. It takes a lot of time. And I gotta off-screen it because it's just so much time. Whoa. What's your problem, friend? Scooby-Doo's just hostile to me now.
Time.
Good night. Wow, it's just hostile for no apparent reason, I guess. Decent gear. Wish I knew why they were hostile. I assume it's because I started bumping off skooma dealers. I think there might be another set of iron out here. The downside of blocking with a dagger is you're blocking with a dagger. No, seriously, that's the downside. It is the meekest of all weapons to block with. Oh, hey, and another. Well, Trashkin, I think we're gonna have to commit some serious time and effort. Given that we are a walk-in here, we're gonna have to commit some time and effort once we have a house to pickpocketing and fortify carry. There's just no way around it. That, and we gotta see if we can disenchant backpacks. What? If I can fortify range skill and pick up fortify, you know, carry weight from a single item that I can make that costs me a single ingot of corundum. That is one hell of a game. Good night. Doesn't get any less brutal. Come on. Hit it so hard it merged with the ground. I hit it so hard its model interact divorced its model in game. Slightly. By like a half inch. Maybe. That is funky. I've never hit a corpse so hard. It has decided to cease its connection with its model. Somehow? No. Okay. Does it finally appear? Arena said. Oh, Arena Fat. And student of history, I was very intrigued when I discovered Volume 8 of the short story collection, The Crimson Dirks, at a local library in Chittendal. The librarian considered it a work of fiction. I've come over the information in the story, and much to my delight, I found it may be true. For instance, there was indeed an orc who fought in Dwarven Mail after the Great War, who rose to the rank of bloodletter before mysteriously disappearing. The same is true for the blacksmith who abandoned her shop in Cyrodiil under equally unknown circumstances. While I have nothing on the Red Guard, the name itself may be an alias, but the last sentence is the most important. It implies our oak bloodletter went north to Skyrim and began fighting in the underground pits. In fact, I've heard there's an orc living in the Bapath ruins who matches that description now. This is the most interesting I've been in a book in a minute. Yeah. Not that. Next, change your face, you know, but recognize that clumsy top foot of yours. Matter. Since the god has sniffed me. Be out yet, and they won't ever. I have to hide in plain sight. What the crap? We both know I don't care what you think. True, the Red Guard replied, handing him a letter, but you care about this. Who wrote the letter to its bearer? He would already be in chains. He stopped short of forging the note, however. She was crafty but not a liar. Where? North, said the Red Guard. Get in one of the strongholds to take a job in the fighting peaks. Either way, you can't stay here. Fan favorite. Where's Balish? That's Rorkstead. That's Loverstone. Dawnguard. Hierophguard. Ring Hills. Ah! No. Eh? No. Well, when I work out where that is, I'll consider it. Oh, is that the bar? No! That ain't elk! Time's 3 a.m. Plan is simple. Slide through town. Approach your target. Get out of that water, Dio. But yeah, we slide for town. We stalk our prey. We murder our prey. We move on up to Ivar, or to Hierophgar. No one's the wiser. There they are. So we can get a good sight line. Might be in luck, Trashkin. That we are.
Filthy pickpocket!
Ah, hell. Alright. I don't want to deal with a 25 bounty. That is a ways back, though. Oh, okay. That's a different story. I'll take a walk twice. I'm fine with eating a little bit of lost time on this one to save 1,000 gold. Oh, I must have tapped caps again. Like I was saying, like, sometimes I'll have a media player open, Shadowplay won't want to do the thing. It's a very useful lightweight tool, but it's got some weird conundrums that come alongside it. Certainly not the worst I've worked with by a stretch. I mean, I'm not gonna kick OBS down the hill. But, you know, for starting point, I'd say if you have the Shadowplay option, go with the Shadowplay option. It's lightweight, it involves relatively little learning. It's fairly straightforward, but do bear in mind, because you can't pause recording, etc., or recording, casting, etc. It also has a slightly higher curve in editing. So if you already got some experience editing your stuff, you're pretty much good. Reminds me, we still got that fever? Yep. Oh. Remember correctly. Just meander here.
Telling you gods I can't worship.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them.
I want to make sure I find that arena fan again. Remember right over here. Oh, there it is. Fine with losing some leather. Combat with what? Whoa! In a full dwarven set? Good lord! I'm gonna be weighed down for some time with this. But mine. I mean, I can't tell if they were or weren't a part of that dance number. But I guess yes? Ah, right. Down here. Another 2 across the bridge and we're back in business. Like, the main upside of being a travel on foot guy is that fortunately, by the time we get to where we're going, usually the vendors have time to restock. The downside of it is it never feels fast. That's what I thought. Alright. Gonna be a while before we hit 17. Ah, there we are. And this time we save, and we wonder until we find the arena fan, and we can skip the rating this time. Can't but wonder who that red guy is. If that perhaps ties into a previous story. I tend to wince when Bethesda does that, because like I said, their lore is, very often contradictory. It's not to say it's all bad, just there aren't any hard or fast rules to Bethesda referencing its own work. This is the problem with not conducting your own internal documentation for games. It gets messy. That's not to say games are bad, or even that I dislike the lore. It's just a question of how the lore turns out that game for me. Help. Ooh. Glassjaw caster, huh? Poor bastard. Hey! Free skill point. You're up here causing some nonsense, huh? Oh, you dropped over here? That is the weirdest necromantic sand I've seen. Is perhaps the arena fan a random encounter? Is this maybe? Oh, that's depressing. That would explain why I haven't found it before. Well, we're gonna do roughly what we did beforehand. Skin wolves, mine iron veins, do a little murder. Well, it feels like there should be a little iron around here. Oh, there it is. Take a slightly more circuitous route. So we're getting more iron veins, you know? Make use of the resources we have. So the problem is with hunting yourself some iron in the dark. Would you look at that skyline, Trashkin? Just say what you will about the rest of the game. The skybox game is on point. Yeah, like Bethesda's got a real loose lore. Depending on if it's convenient to the team. Like, they really needed to do a series Bible of some varietal. Yeah, why not? Oof, we're loaded down heavy. And let's make sure we drop that bucket. 17 wolf's pelts can't be helping matters out either. You didn't have to run that time. Hey, free leather's free leather. I don't see him moving. We'll save here this time. So we can get some pickpocketing practice in while we're at it. Oh, and salmon run here. Good to know. Da 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 da. Really, we need the pickpox experience. Cheesy? Yes. Again, we need the pickpocket experience. Let's see if we can do the old reverse pickpock. %0 to steal. Okay, fascinating. Good to know, though. Yeah, and then we just slide up past the mill. Because there is no witness, of course. We're fine. Well, come to think of it, I don't think
Heard
there's
they're
a single
reforming the
merchant
Dawn
here.
Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. I'd consider joining up myself.
Yeah, it's too late to start to hire Hrothgar.
Staying out of trouble, kinsman?
Yes, ma'am.
The Imperials think us all lawless beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance.
Yeah, that damn. Hello.
If I... Let's sate that appetite, hmm?
Ah.
If you pass through again...
What about you?
This has to
Stop
be
by
the
for a
worst
drink.
place in Skyrim to run a mill. My business is falling apart, my apprentice never listens to me, and now there's talk of dragons. If I hadn't sunk every bit of gold I had into my mill, I would have picked up and left Iverstead long ago.
Oh?
Are you kidding? Those damn things will drive me right out of business. Tell you what, bring me 10 of their pelts from anywhere in Skyrim. I'll gladly pay you for thinning out the herd.
Well, that's going to be heavy. Okay, but I suppose.
Have you ever seen what a bear does to the trees? They jump on their hind legs and scratch them to bits, marking their territory or something. It's getting to the point where I have to scour Skyrim for untouched trees at the right size. Costs me too much time and money.
Okay, fair. Oh,
Now, go give those stupid bears what's coming to them.
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute? I've always fancied a journey up. Anything to break the boredom of living in this town. I envy. Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both?
Remember there's a persuasion attempt
A pleasant
there,
journey, my lord.
You don't look like a pilgrim. Klimek brings food supply. Other than that, they seem like a quiet lot. Don't really know too much about them.
We don't get many...
What a boring
If
conversation.
I...
I'll take a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right
Let me
this way.
guess.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Ah. Petty, yes. But satisfying. Yeah. Let's leave a full 24. Sadly, most illness doesn't cure itself in this game. You're just stuck, and occasionally, very occasionally, the NPCs will go, "Oh, you look unwell. Are you feeling alright? And or are you ill?"
You look a bit peaked.
See what I
Sure
mean?
you shouldn't be home in bed.
No, I shouldn't. Hrothgar awaits. Also, my payment.
What is it? Dragons? What do you need?
On your way up the 7,000 steps again? Hello, my friend. What can I do for you on such a fine day?
Not today. I'm
Have
just not
yourself a
ready to
great
make...
day.
Passing through on your way to High Hrothgar? I've been to the monastery. Being masters... Well, not that they would. Mostly food. The Greybeards tend not to get out much. Well, it's... Trouble is, my legs aren't what they used to be. Really? Here, take this bag of supplies.
Aren't
At
the
the top of
Greybeards
the steps,
expecting
you'll
some
see the
supplies?
offering chest. Honestly, I'm not certain. I've yet to be allowed into the monastery.
Oh, here we go. to think of it, I wonder if restoration has a cure disease routine. Oh, incidentally, if you read all 7 tablets, you get a secret buff for a while. The animimals won't bother you unless you attack them. Did it live? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, that's one less bear hide to find. By the time I need it again, I'll be at full magicka, so... There we go. Yeah, 7,000 steps. You know, I wonder which mad lads and lasses and imbies amongst us have attempted counting them. Me? Not even once. Do a lot of things, Trashkin. Counting the steps to High Hrothgar is not one of them. Yeah, we've good and weighed down. Definitely gonna have to make a trip out to Riften or something.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're head. I did. I like to spend time. There are some folk who make the trip leave them food or other essentials, but not to make conversation.
Seems odd there isn't even a bit of fame around here. I think there'd be a smidgen of ore somewhere around here. Well, I do anyway. Ah. That worked out. And here we go. I may as well. Resto XP is, of course, Resto XP. Though, I must admit, one of the odd choices I find is being restricted to one ring. Seems odd, what with a whole second hand and all. Well, that makes exactly one wolf. Ah, that's an easy to miss one right there. Oh, which reminds me. Armor and life force weakened. That sounds terrific to me. It's a very good thing for me. What, being armed with only daggers? I wonder if there's another free portion to that. It's one of the one-offs. Yeah, I'll do some reading between sessions.
Huh? I was just outside Iverstead when it happened. It's an exciting moment. Nothing like this has happened in centuries.
Yeah, do. Well, correctly, there'll be a frickin' troll up here. Oh yeah, this is the spot. Ow. Sincerely, how? Fine game. That went a lot smoother than normal. Ah, troll time. Don't mind if I do. Bingo. Just like that, the greatest roadblock to us is removed. There's nothing to keep us from High Rothgard now. Apart from the last 1,000 or so stairs and a couple of tablets. But past the troll, it's usually quite peaceful up here. Although I remember a saber cat or two my first time. Well, Trashkin, I'm gonna let you on a little secret. Today I'm gonna have to do a split session. Alas, I haven't the 2 hours to give right this instant. But I do intend to finish out the other half of this. But this seems a good natural place to pause during this little 2-hour session. So we're gonna drop the goods in, for you, it'll be but a moment. For me, it'll be a little longer. Always end up bumping me. We'll plant ourselves by the entryway, and I'll bid you adieu for now, Trashkin. See you in just a moment when we resume. Well, Trashkin, that took a little longer than expected. I had to make a trip out for a new mic, so you might notice a change in the quality of the audio. Unfortunately, the stalwart JBL Go Talk, its forward condenser died, and that's why I was getting such weird readings. I was only picking up in the back, and that was on min pickup.
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment.
So it would appear.
In the turning of the age.
You don't say. Yes.
We
I'm
will see
answering the
if you
summons.
truly have the gift.
Okay.
Show us, Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice. Tree! Do not be afraid.
Oh, right.
Your
Wrong shout. My bad.
shout will not harm us.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Strike us with the power of your voice.
If you insist.
Boost! Shout at us, and let us... Dragonborn, it is you. I am Master Angir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here?
Well, you shouted Dova King.
We are the Grey. You stand in. Here we commune with the voice of...
I want to
We are
find out
here
what it means to be
guide you
Dragonborn.
in that pursuit. Just as the Greybeards have sought to guide those of the dragon blood that came before you. You are
You're not the
first.
only Dragonborn.
There have been many of the dragon blood since Akatosh first bestowed that gift upon mortal kind. Whether you are the only dragonborn of this age, that is not ours to know. You are the only one that has been revealed thus far. That is all I can say.
Okay,
You
I'm
have
ready to
shown
learn.
that you are dragonborn. You have the inborn gift. But do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen.
Don't see why not.
Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum, a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When
Okay.
you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All
I
shouts
would,
are made up of
of course,
3 words
again,
of power.
Forget
As you master each word,
mute Discord.
your shout will become progressively stronger.
because I have been spoiled by
Master
OBS.
Einarth will now teach you roll, the second word in unrelenting force.
One momentito, Trashkin.
Roll.
There we go.
means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply. Roll. The others do not speak. Their voices are too powerful for you to withstand.
You don't say. Ah, there we go.
You learn a new word like a monster. You truly do have the gift. But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly. As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his understanding of role.
Hey, free Dragon Soul. yeah, just there. Okay.
How quickly you can master your new thumb.
Force! No!
Relentless force shout to strike the targets as they appear.
Alright, if you insist.
Force! No!
Waiting for the cool down. Just waiting for the cool down. Remember, they actually sync this roughly in time.
Again.
Force! No!
I thought you guys could withstand my shouts. Did it break the sequence?
Force! No!
Weird. Apparently you can only withstand my shouts for that very moment. Who knew?
You learn quickly. Once more.
Force! No!
Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragonborn.
You say after I nearly did
We
in
will
it.
perform your next trial in the courtyard.
Right, let's
Follow
go.
Master Bori.
Whenever you get here. Come on, boys. Daylight's burning. Let's go. Anytime now, boys. Anytime now.
We will now see how you learn a completely new shout. Master
Okay.
Bori will teach you Wold, which means whirlwind. You must hear the word within yourself before you can project it into a thum.
Oh. That's a weird choice.
Approach Master Bori and you will gift you with the magic wool.
Guess I gotta wait for the animation to end. Do I have it now? Nope. Still a little too fast on the draw.
Now we will see how quickly you can master a new shout.
Yes, you've mentioned.
Master Wolfgar will demonstrate whirlwind sprint. Then it will be your turn. Master Bori. X. Wolf. Now, your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your whirlwind sprint to pass through before it closes. X.
How's it going, Wolfgar? Seems like a waste of a gate, but...
Your quick mastery of a new thum is astonishing.
If you say so,
I'd heard the
teach.
stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself...
Well, thank you. What's next?
You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ustengrav.
Huh.
Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return.
If you say so.
Wind, guide you.
Why, thank you. First order of business, but shouts back on marked for death. I mean, let's face it, Trashkin. I need the option to soften up targets. Yeah, must be that non-thermal type fire. Must be entirely for aesthetic purposes. Well, unfortunately, Trashkin, that means walking back down the heckin' mountain. Well, let's take a look, see where that, oh. Nazir! That's what I got marked. Oh, that's the... Yeah. It's right next to the shack. It's not a long walk from Morphal or, from, Brain. Solitude! That's what I'm trying to think of, because my brain keeps mixing Solitude and Windhelm together, because I only ever go there for side quests. Reminds me, how's our cap? Pretty heavy. Well, I hate to start traveling under heavy load, but I don't think we get a choice. The good news is, if you read all of the tablets on the way up, for a couple of days or so, you get a hidden buff of basically animal passivity. If you don't go start in trouble with them, they won't go start in trouble with you. It's a nice little hidden buff. You can pick it up at any time you care to again. There's not a limit on usage. But it's a little more involved than your average buff in the game. But if you gotta head into a section you know is extra heavy with animal life, it's not a bad boon, especially if you walk on foot like we do. Mostly. With some carriages. So let's face it, you know how long it takes to get from one end of the map to the other? Concessions gotta be made, Trashkin. We only got so many hours in the day. Part of me wants to drag that ice troll down the mountain, just like, here you go, did this. Of course, we're also stuck hanging on to bear pelts until we get a 10 count. Have to remember that and read carefully when preparing leather. We don't go through much leather, but we might eventually. Like, at current outlay for upgrades to the shrouded armor, we're quite a ways away from that. Like, we gotta double our smithing skill before we can even think about that. We just got into Elven. Didn't we? Could have sworn. Oh, yeah, we just got into Elven. We gotta make it a 60 for that. I don't mind the constellations, just the consistency on what's locked at what level and height is really varied. It almost makes me miss the spear upgrade chart in Final Fantasy X. Where, yes, I never knew where I was in the chart or what I was upgrading, but it felt like there was a logic somewhere in it. I just never knew where or how to build it. I never felt confident in what I was doing in that game ever. Ah, the Ice Wolf. Ah, the Ice Raft. Such fond memories. Why, it was barely an hour ago, in-game. Back down the 7,000 steps to make about 14,000. Incidentally, have any of you ever considered counting the steps on the way to High Hrothgar, or did you just take their word for it? Because I just took their word for it. I had no interest in counting steps whatsoever. I'm sure someone's made the attempt by now. Now, if I recall correctly, there should be some more bears along that ridge. Are those dead people? Those is dead people. Why not? Cave, eh? Well, I'll happily take that bear pelt. And those arrows. You can keep the rest, though. I'll happily take your gold. Well, if that doesn't scream bear or predator of consequence, I don't know what does. As I watch a bloody bone fall into the stream. Alright, never favored healing. It's not fast, it's not that effective, but it is healing all the same. After all, it does save on the old potions bill. I find a cure disease book or spell book, and we are permanently in business. I suppose the question now is...
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften.
do we make for Whiterun and Falkreath and cash in a bit? Or do we make for Riften and catch a carriage? Roughly equidistant, I think. I think we'll make for Whiterun. I'm always half lost in Riften at the best of times. There's a fair chance a lot of what we've dealt with on the road will stay dealt with. For a bit. Hey, Skull.
Hello there, fellow traveler. One itinerant minstrel and wandering wastrel.
Well, who's a meandering and a moseying up there? Is that a spider I see? Well, there goes that savings on the old potion bill. There we go. Oh, I will take that troll fat. Troll fat don't grow on trees, don't you know? Although... Marked for Death already paying some dividends for us. I don't know if the good old merchants will be restocked at War Maidens and Parcells. The general goods store. will be restocked by the time we get there, but one can always hope.
There's been word of some trouble nearby. I'm on my way to I probably shouldn't tell everyone who asks. No, I think I got this one. Thanks,
Alright,
though.
good luck with that. One of these days, I'm gonna pass that speech check, Trashkin. One of these days, just not today. You know, it's a shame we can't weasel our way into that growing Nim root, or Nirn root secret. Like, to be fair, that was the first character I heard speak about Nirn root. So my brain just skipped right over that second end. Or in. Rotten piece. But I'm still salty for the first dozen times. Now, unless my memory fails me, we should be able to negotiate our way a lot closer to the bridge, a lot faster, risking a little fall damage, cutting a great deal of time off our travels. The main trick to traveling in Skyrim is knowing when to stick, when to hop, and when to slide. Avoiding rapids also doesn't hurt. For those of you saying no fast travel, I remind you I am technically walking on this 40% grade. Let's favorite healing for the time being. Oh, hey, what do you know? A little more, we may finally be able to take a rank in that. I do like being an all-rounder. As we undo that hard work. I thought I saw a brown spot that might be a saber cat down there. Then again, it could also be a bush. Oh no, that is definitely a saber cat. Hey! Oh boy, howdy! That chat of ours is earning its keep today. We managed to duck the saber cat the last time. I completely forgot about it, and we ran into it face first this time. But luckily we had a shot on cooldown. Yep, Whiterun, that's for us. Skull, didn't we just meet you going the other way?
The life of adventure and song is the life for
Selgar.
us, eh, friend?
Selgar, weren't you just headed to Iverstead? No wonder you're a wastrel and a wanderer. You have a terrible sense of directions. Pleasant company, though, you are. We'll take the opportunity to sneak on by. One of the problems I have looking at this particular variety of rock is it reminds me of cracked rocks in Satisfactory, which I've been playing between sessions for a cooldown. Find somewhere around there. Is our guard? Yep. And we get a free rank. Free level. Don't mind if I do. Let's see. Ah, we took a hit to stamina. Well, I'm gonna do health. We got, I think, the old, rock joint fever. What can you do? Block, one-handed. Well, we can take another wink and agile defender. We're only 3 skill points away from unhindered. Oh, excuse me, we're 10 points away from unhindered. Yeah, and I'll take him off of movement happily. Pretty sure we're locked out until 60. And we can afford both Deadly Aim and Lightfoot. Lightfoot's necessary to get to Silence and Shadow Warrior eventually. But you can make do with the bottom chunk of the tree. But, Backstab and the Dagger skill are de rigueur. They aren't strictly necessary, but they do make life much, much easier on you. Goodbye, loser mages. Boy, howdy, life's gonna be a lot simpler once we open up Merchant in speech. I'm telling you, it's gonna make our life so much simpler. Hey, Farmer.
I'm on my way to Windhelm to join up with the Stormcloaks.
I don't think it's gonna turn out great for you, buddy. For, unspoken reasons. First, I'm gonna be worrying about being the best assassin I can be. Whatever that'll look like. Well, it mostly looks like this, but... just a madman with a backpack full of arrows. That I refuse to use. I'm not gathering iron ore right now. I don't care how profitable it is. We have nowhere to... Allow me to open up the bit. Ah, dear sweet blob. I tell you, this road wasn't Wait, does High Hrothgar trigger trolls? Oh, man, that is... If that's how that happens, that is dirty pool, man. Not cool. That's the second troll we've dealt with today. Excuse me, third troll we've dealt with today. Well, that's certainly going to make life more difficult. Fortunately, we have healing spells. Unfortunately, we have no idea where else trolls are going to pop up. I assume along mountainous terrain and in the cold and dark portions of Skyrim. I do hate me some snow trolls, especially, though. Ah, hell, repopulated. Well, I really don't want to fight my way through there twice, so... find our way up. Because again, I'm not getting paid to do a murder, and I don't have the inventory right now. But if they're up, then the White Run Watch is definitely also up again. It was even longer before we took them down. Well, we've just found another downside of my challenge run, that I take long enough to get from A to B for things to repopulate. Then again, we took them out on an earlier trip, didn't we? There might be wolves up here. That's fine. I will happily deal with wolves and goats over bandits. I can guarantee success against. Okay, given my luck at frostbites, I might have gone with the bandits. Though I suppose we do fortunately have a slight immunity to poison these days. Alright, perfect. Well, if those boys are back up, the necromancer up the hill is definitely also back up. Alright, boys. If you're coming, come. Ah. Lucky day for you, Foxo. You don't need the leather. Count yourself fortunate. I don't know, at this point it feels a little cheap to take leather from defenseless Foxo. I have to remember that if that's two separate ores with a conundrum. Though, having to walk my butt all the way out there these days does take some of the fun out of it. Yeah, just right off the walk next to the standing stone. Ah, we can two-shot wolves these days. Well, we'll let that one get some distance first. Well, come along now. Thank you. Oh, for glob's sake. Despite being this far north. Or out of snow in general. I knew there was going to be at least one more chunk. I suppose I'll take those tails. Bulbous. Drager heart, my common face. Do I know this dude? Hey, hang on, just a tick there, Trashkin. Oh yeah, we know Bulbous. Bulbous is the guy that runs around with the... Why did he have a Drager heart on him, though? Troll fat. Yeah, I'll take a copy of Incomes here. So Bulbous's fork. We'll add that for when we get home. That seems worth taking. Oh, dang it. Dang it, Trashkin. I looked up Bulbous, Bulbous, and, forgot to bring the tab with the stopwatch back up. Oops. We work on rough times, which is roughly 2 hours for these. but I'm still getting the hang of using a stopwatch. Or a stopwatch tab. Well, since we're filling time on the walk into Whiterun, I retired the old mic. We now have a proper 3/8 inch mount rather than the coarse fretted 1/4 inch bolt mount I had. I went with the HyperX quadcast, which hopefully will up the quality of the audio a little bit. I wasn't quite ready to commit to XLR because that comes with the extra expense of an interface, and I just didn't have it in me to do any wiring this weekend. And to learn a new interface. Baby steps. I just took one look at the XLR rigs I'd been eyeballing and went, not now. This seems a little much. I wonder if Bulbous will pop back up alive. Seems dude got real unlucky being caught between a giant frostbite spider and a pack of Skaven. Or Skeefers. Well, they may as well be Skaven in this game. Closest you're getting. Aw, man. Alright, let's dance.
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You shall not stand in the way. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness.
Oh, God.
None shall stand to oppose
No,
him.
best girl, don't hang out here. Up. Man, they are really burning through my potions. Where's the top guard when I need them? I am, after all, a Thane, for heaven's sake. Why not? Staff of Zombie. Well, that'll sell nicely. Nobody else dead? Okay, good. Nobody else dead. They were wilding for a minute there. If the town guard drop, like, they'll eventually respawn. It's the other folks I care about here. What's the time of day? 7 p.m. Oh, open. Good enough.
Well, we've got small weapons as well as big. The finest weapons and armor.
Yeah, I'm mostly interested in your gold. No offense, my dude. You do make a quality product that can be relied upon. Armor, boots, gauntlets, helmet, iron boots. Oh, the Care Bear pelt counts as a pelt as well. Let's see. You got any bear pelt on you? No? I thought not. Fair. Oh, I've got 12 iron ore on me. Heaven's sake. You know what? Just take these pelts off my hand, would you? There we go. We should be a lot lighter after that.
Good doing business with you.
We're fairly lighter. Oh, let's go see Balthazar. I know it's a B. Or Belazar? Bellafor.
Let me know if you see anything you
So
like.
close.
Everything.
Hey, Bill.
Take a look.
Alright, staff of zombies. Yeah, the rust bun too. Keeping that for sentimental reasons. I really gotta find the right place to offload this skooma. Is there a right place to offload this skooma? I really should do more reading between. Let's see. Oh hell, you've only got the one? I'll take it.
Do come back.
Let's see what the far more pleasant alchemist is up to here.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions.
My question is healing pots and how many do you have?
How do you feel? I think you might be sick.
So you're a healer?
Of a sort.
Oh right, I have the fever.
If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, as long as you clean up. A little wheat. We have plenty of ingredients for... Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
Invisibility potion, which is forbidden to me. Potions. Potion of healing. Potion of haggling. It's always nice to have on hand. But I will happily take those free pots of healing and that stack of 10. Let's sell off that altercation. The true shot. Sleeping tree sap, why not? Oh, right, we have a mammoth tusk for best girl.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy. You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Syria.
Yeah, let's see. I think it's rock joint. Bone break fever. I combined rock joints
now in
and
royal
bone break fever.
and reshape this land, which is mine.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
Well, I have no idea where she hangs out at night, so we'll wait for morning. Cute little time. Because after all, I should complete that quest and stop hogging around 5 pounds worth of mammoth tusk. Sure, she'll be up any minute now. Any momentito. Any hour now. There we go.
Once I've made enough money.
Here's your
Thank
mammoth
you.
tusk.
This should turn that old cat's gaze. Maybe I'll be able to become a caravaneer myself one day.
Why not?
As promised, let me show you a thing or two about bargaining. Don't want some shifty merchant giving you a raw trade.
Alright. Quest complete, a little experience, and a skill to show for it too. So the nicest thing about the new mic is it has a touch to mute.
Yeah, these Khajiit make a
And it's
living
lit.
traveling the roads and selling their wares.
The downside is there's a new cue I need to learn, which is that when it's unlit, it's not live. The problem is I have gotten so used to not looking at my mic. I do appreciate having a visual cue, even if the size and intensity is adjustable, fortunately. Because in full bright, I would go night blind next to this thing. It's not obnoxiously bright, but it's bright enough to draw the eye, so I had to dial that back a fair ways, first thing. Which is delightful. I did go with the RGB model, which charges a princely sum for what I think amounts to maybe 4 LEDs in the entire construction. Like, it does have at least 2. It might have another 2 along the siding, but it doesn't seem to, so I paid an extra $30 for, a whole... Wait, what am I walking for? I can take the carriage. We got gold to spare, right? Yeah. And we got more coming in. Yeah, let's go see if, in the time we have spent so well circling Skyrim to do our due diligence as an assassin, we have, any jobs from Astrid waiting for us. I mean, we must have something waiting for us by now. It's been long enough for a whole bandit population to repopulate.
Need a ride? I can take you to any of the hold Where do you want to go?
Carriage. I would like to go to Falcon,
Climb and
please.
back, and we'll be off.
Perfect. God's sake. I'll be right back. I guess I get to break in the Imperial bow more. What did I unfavorite? Apparently there's a dragon shout to force them to land, but it's late game. As I can tell, yes. Unless you dragon shout these things, it's just RNG whether or not they ever land. Oh, stop messing with everybody else, you jerk. Oh, I unfavorited a dagger. Okay, fine. There we go. We might have a reload if anybody I care about dies. Cat's got some trick up their sleeves. But like I said, the main problem with fighting dragons, I swear, is how squirrely they get. Ah, hell. The health's good. And stay down. Steel arrow, snort arrow, scales, a bit of gold. Okay, good. I don't think anybody died. Usually when they kill something, it ends up in their stomach. Bitter though. Like, I swear, they get more people with that instant death nonsense than anything else. Though on the upside, we've definitely made more than 50 gold back.
The warm sand of elsewhere is far away from here.
Yeah, that's a hell of a cat, though. I think he's walking back to the old trading post there.
Need something?
You got anything for sale, buddy? Great, I can offload these extra heavy dragon bones here. Take this deer hide off me while I'm at it. I think the rest I want to keep. I think. There we go. Not the books. We'll put the books in a box when I get a house. Yeah.
Need a ride?
Ah.
I can't wait here forever.
Ah. There we go. Okay. Taking me to Falkreef. That's stuck at least. I was gonna say, don't tell me you forgot. I've seen packs of wild ducks.
I guess I'll stay on the lookout. They're reforming the Keep your nose clean while you're here.
That's terrific.
In the old fort near Riften.
Oh, right.
Might consider joining up myself.
Unfortunately, we're gonna run into Barbas.
I know who you are.
Hail Siphus. Not in front of the rest of the guards, dude. You're gonna blow your own cover. Barbas is a very good boy, and can act as a furred companion if you just refuse to finish the quest line. Barbas is an incredibly good boy with an incredibly poor hand dealt to him. Being the best of boys, he deserves better. Perfect. Well, let's get paid. After all, we're an assassin. A gutter snipe. A sneak.
But the Night Mother is mother to all. It is her voice we follow, her will. Would you dare risk disobedience? And surely punishment?
And I'll tell you why later.
Keep talking, little man, and we'll see who gets punished.
Oh, be quiet, you great lumbering lapdog. The man has had a long journey. You can at least be civil. Mr. Cicero, I, for one, am delighted you and the Night Mother have arrived. Your presence here signals a welcome return to tradition.
Oh, what a kind and wise wizard you are, sure to earn Our Lady's favor.
You and the Night Mother are of course welcome here, Cicero. And you will be afforded the respect deserving of your position as keeper. Understood, husband?
Her. Oh, yes, yes, yes! Thank you, thank you, thank you!
But make no mistake. I am the leader of this sanctuary. My word is law. Are we clear on that point?
Oh, yes, mistress. Perfectly. You're the boss.
Ah, Cicero.
I heard
Ah, there you are. Good. I was done speaking with that muttering fool anyway. We've got some business to discuss.
It happened. Just like you heard.
You got a contract?
I do indeed. You must go to the city of Markarth and speak with the apothecary's assistant. You'll probably find her in the Hag's Cure when the shop is open. The girl's been running her mouth. Once an ex-lover killed, she's apparently performed the Black Sacrament. Her name is Muiri. I need you to talk to her, set up the contract, and carry it out.
No problem, boss.
Just do whatever the contact wishes. Since it's your first contract, I'll let you keep whatever Muiri pays. She'll be generous, I'm sure. They always are.
Any advice?
Hello, Tidbit. Yeah, follow my wife's orders, and don't do anything stupid.
Good. Take care of the Muiri contract. There will be plenty more, I promise you.
What's the
Very
change?
little. You have my word on that. Today we live... My only worry is her keeper. I'm not
Alright,
sure
so
what
here's
Cicero
the
expects
deal.
to gain by bringing the Night Mother here.
The lore is a little
learn
bit
this is my
lazy
sanctuary.
here. Because, and this is my main complaint. Now, I've been handing Todd Howard plenty of shade as we've been going. However, it's time we discuss one of the primary writers of the series, Emil. Now, it's come to light some time ago that Bethesda does not maintain proper game design documents. You might ask why that's important, and I'll tell you. So you don't trip over your own lore or your own design, or you don't waste time asking questions that could be answered by the document. So, one of my biggest beefs with Emil is his writing of the Dark Brotherhood. As you can see, these are strong, distinctive characters that are interesting and all competent. And unfortunately, that's going to go out the window. It's a little something I like to call Emil was ordering lunch. Now, I would be deeply annoyed with this if it was just the one time, anyway. What boils my blood a little bit is this is the second time he's done this to the Brotherhood. Not only is it the second time he's done it to the Brotherhood, the first time he did it back in Oblivion meant he just didn't feel like writing anything for the Dark Brotherhood between the Oblivion Crisis and Skyrim, which leads up to this, and he kinda does the, he does the same thing, but almost worse, because this time they just didn't even give you an opportunity to do anything about it. Like the last time, but
It's been quite a boon, looking like a child. No one ever suspects a thing. You're headed to the Hag's Cure, right? It's a good shop. You should examine their wares. Never pass up the chance to buy a good potion. Or poison.
That's good fun.
And one more thing. Have fun. You'll be committing a dark deed, but there's no reason you shouldn't enjoy yourself. You're only young once. Trust me, I know.
Will do.
200 years ago, I would have laid down my life for the unholy matron. But that age is long since past. Astrid is my matron now. Have a good contract.
What I have a problem with is, instead of insert a history or a new crisis that meant the Night Mother needed to be moved, the Night Mother's just been being moved between sanctuaries for 100 years or so, or for 200 years or so, which makes me go, really? You got nothing.
I see you're back from Dawnstar. Tilly's dead, I hope?
Yes.
Of course she is. I hear the mining business is extremely cutthroat.
Hey.
And those hours. The murder. I could do this all day. Here's your
I can
payment.
listen to it all day. No, she's dead.
Congratulations. You slaughtered an emaciated beggar in cold blood.
For money.
You are truly an opponent to be feared. Here's your payment.
Thank you. And...
Good. And I hope you were careful in that lumber mill. Those splinters and rusty nails can be quite nasty. Your payment for a job well done.
Thank you. So, thoughts on the Night Mother?
I don't like mimes, minstrels, thespians, acrobats, jugglers, troubadours, or tumblers. Flutists give me a headache. I particularly hate jesters. As a rule, I'm also not crazy about the corpses of old women. For the Night Mother, I'll make an exception. But Astrid is the only mistress I serve.
So, you
Go on
know,
now.
they create this world in which there is no listener to take orders from the Night Mother. And, you know, they're left to their own devices for so long, it's only natural that they would form coping mechanisms and new structures.
I've been part of the Dark Brotherhood from the day I first hatched. You have question? You must
Advice?
speak to that Moiri woman, correct? I have heard rumors in Windhelm. She was recently implicated in a thievery, along with her lover. The lover will likely be your target. If memory serves me correctly, he leads a group of bandits. So this may be rather interesting for you.
Free kill.
Truthfully, I'm not entirely sure. It's not that I don't have the utmost respect for Sithis and the Night Mother and the ancient ways. I do. But I've never been much for religion. I kill because it's what I've been trained to do. It's all I know. So long as Astrid is happy, I'm happy.
Incidentally, dear
Stay safe.
modders, give us a version. Well, you know what I'm thinking about, modders. Everybody else that knows what's coming, don't spoil it. Behave. Where's our favorite unicorn slayer? Ah!
Does death not come to us all? You're being sent to meet with a contact directly, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What a most unusual occurrence. Astrid usually performs this duty herself.
Weird.
I can only assume she wants to test the full breadth of your abilities. So be polite and professional and represent us well.
You got it.
You're being sent to meet with a... I can only assume she wants to test the full breadth of your ability. Without the Night Mother, there is no Dark Brotherhood. The matron deserves our unwavering support and respect. Though I admit, I find her keeper a bit too exuberant for my liking.
Fair.
What a curious question. Well,
oh, that's right. I
enjoy
forgot to
late
ask you,
nights,
Nazir.
take long walks on the beach.
What do
Will
you
there
think about
ever
this
come a time when the people of
contract?
Skyrim no longer need our services? I think not. The contracts I dole out are fairly simple. Go to a location. The jobs Astrid gives you will be more important and usually more complex. Just keep your wits about you. And for Sithis' sake, don't get killed. Go on now.
Sound advice. Festus? Festus!
There's too much of an obsession these days with knives and arrows. You could kill someone just as easily with a well-placed spell.
You're not wrong.
Their arrival's the best thing that's happened to this sanctuary in years. Astrid is an effective leader, but we've been rudderless for too long. Scrounging for contracts, abandoning the tenants. The Dark Brotherhood has been reduced to a group of common cutthroats.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
It's embarrassing.
Oh, you think it's a bad thing?
Yes. Just because you're now a professional assassin, don't think you have to skulk around in the dark like a skeever and stab people. Do what I do. Walk up to your target, introduce yourself, melt their skin off, and then run like the wind. Works every time.
And that's why I like
well,
Festus.
And often.
Ah, he's a delight. Speaking of which, Cicero?
The witless fool and his pet corpse? Take a guess.
Yeah, I don't much like them.
Yeah,
either.
good luck.
Go. Take care of the Muiri contract. Just be yourself. Eliminate the targets any way you see fit. Quiet, loud, quick, slow. Whatever you feel is best.
Fair.
Occasionally, I'll give you a contract with certain parameters. Stay within them, and you'll earn yourself a bonus.
Got
you
it.
go speak with Muiri.
Another member of the family. Hello, hello. So very good to meet you. Ooh, so silent, so menacing. A true assassin of the old way. Cicero likes you. Oh yes, Cicero likes you indeed.
Though full credit to the voice actor hamming it up here.
Me? Oh, Cicero is just the keeper. I keep. I look after our matron, you see, the Night Mother. I keep her clean and protected and happy. But I am not the listener. Oh, no. There is no listener. Not yet. But someday, I pray that one will come to hear her say the words.
What's a listener?
Oh, well, the listener is the only person the Night Mother speaks to. It is the highest honor attainable by a member of the Dark Brotherhood.
That said, Sifis and the Dark Mother are
Our Lady is dead, so she doesn't talk with words, since her lips are rotted. But inside the listener's head, I hear it's intimate. Ah, but there has not been a listener in years and years. Our Lady has not chosen Cicero, and certainly not Astrid, or anyone. But someday.
They're also,
The Night Mother's crypt in Breville was desecrated. The Imperial province is ravaged by strife. Nowhere there is safe at present. So Cicero brought Our Lady to her new home. Here, this is the only sanctuary left in all of Skyrim, you see. Such was my
active,
honor
I'm willing to bet.
as keeper.
I think that's enough of
Stay
Cicero.
safe.
They're best in small doses. Well, that doesn't put us in a strong position at the moment. Anything good? Don't mind if I do. So, the good news is we have a contract. The bad news is it's all the way in the Silver District. Which means even more walking, Trashkin. So we have not been there yet. Or excuse me, Marketh. Ugh. Ugh. It's gonna be a long walk, Trashkin. But I suppose that's where we should call this session, Trashkin. Because we hit the hour mark, unfortunately, we weren't able to get much more done than to hit High Hrothgar and to turn in those assassination quests this time. We might have to start editing out some of the walking here. Good lord, does that cut into time? So, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I especially like to thank all of you that work your way to the subscribe button and join the Trashkin around the trash fire on the regular. Those of you that hit the bell to hear when the trash fire is lit with fresh videos for your enjoyment. Those that like, those that unlike. Those who share in the appropriate forums. All of it drives engagement, and YouTube just doesn't do the heavy lifting for gaming YouTube like they used to. I've been your humble host, Rasper Trashper, and until next time on Trash Tier Gaming, remember to count your spoons, hydrate, medicate, and take care of yourself as best you can. Don't forget to tell the people you love you give a good damn. Remember to play some games. Good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.